strategic branding firm. It was another story. It was my dream job. See, I have so many stories. I could have like 4 hours. But I got in a bad accident right at the beginning of my senior year. Long story short, I can tell you the long story. I got attacked by a person and threw into this, the Las Vegas Boulevard, and my arm was taken off. And so I was supposed to have an amputation, and instead I have a miracle arm and it works. Not 100%, but anyway, my first day back to class, I walked in and I was taking this class. It was a design class, and they invited guest designers from different firms in Chicago, and they did a project with them. My first day back, my arm was this arm. I'm right-handed, it was my right hand, so here I thought my career was going to be on hold for a while. It was one of the art directors at VSA Partners, and I listened to him, and whatever, I was like, I'm going to work there someday, and that's where I got my first job at the end of that year. I never gave up. That accident really taught me how to focus and just kick butt. Like, I wasn't scared anymore. And I was a scared person. I was very self-conscious, but it was like, okay, if I can make it through that, I can do anything. So I kind of changed my attitude, and then, okay, that's all the stories. I have more for after, if you want more. I have a very colorful life. So anyway, I started at VSA Partners. And VSA had offices in Chicago and New York, and it also had Minneapolis and Detroit. So I mostly worked in Chicago, but they shipped me, and I'll share a project later, they shipped me to New York for about 6 months, so I have worked in the New York office, but Chicago is the main one. So here's a couple of my clients, but we won't spend time on that because there's lots more too. Really quick, here's some recognition that I got during my employment at VSA Partners. They were mostly for my work on IBM, because that was probably my focus. I was the art director, or the creative director, I'm sorry, design director, not creative director, design director on the IBM team for most of my career. Probably the latest one right here, or the earliest one is probably the one I'm most proud of. I was in 2003, I was in the top 100 best in their field for STEP. It was a design magazine. I don't even know if they still do that magazine. That's pretty sad. But and it was for the work I did on IBM. There's a lot. I mean, you'll see a lot of it. Probably my claim to fame is this one, and the reason I show it first is because this is another coming to project. Like I said, I got thrown in at VSA Partners. Amazing designers, amazing strategists, but I didn't have my confidence yet. And so in 2000, Southern Bell came to VSA, handed them $2 million, and said, we want you to name and to do a logo and kind of a brand look and feel for a new cell phone company we're coming out with. So we had the strategy team go for it. We had 6 weeks. We had the strategy team go for it. They did all the strategy. Second team was the naming team. Went through naming, and by the time it got to the designers to do the logo, we had 1 week to do a logo because of all the time it took for naming a strategy. And so they pulled anybody that they could that had a minute. And I wasn't actually on this team initially, but I was working on a different team, and they pulled a whole bunch of us on there, and we just designed 3 days straight. Anything that came up, we put on the wall. Southern Bell came. We had hundreds of logos on the wall, covering the wall. And the president or the person in charge comes up and says, I'll take that one. And I was like, okay, that was mine. And so he was lime green. They're like, we'll take it as is. We just want to change it to orange. And so that was probably like, wow, maybe I can do this. I still didn't have confidence. And so that was the fall of 2000. And then I didn't do this commercial, but can you imagine Super Bowl Sunday? Can you guys hear it? Wait, hold on. Hold on. I thought it was going to just come on. That's what they told me. So Super Bowl 2001. Can you hear it? Oh, they said it was. Is that hooked up? Oh, we tested this. I thought this was going to work. Embarrassing. Anyway, we'll get in there. But it was really cool. 2 years out of school, Super Bowl Sunday to see your logo be introduced to the world. It was pretty crazy. And to be only 22 years old and being like, oh my goodness. And that again is when I think I took off in my career. I will show you this in a second. Do you want to try it again? Do you want me to turn down or turn up the volume?
You can turn it up.
Just tell me, I can't tell. No? Okay. Well, it's 2 seconds. You can see. Sorry, guys. Okay, sorry you can't hear it. It's kind of a funny commercial, but that was just cool for me, and I think again, it was a good moment in my life. Okay, so that's Singular Wireless, and then we didn't do much work after that. The ad agency kind of took over, and it turned into a very advertising-based company. And then it got bought back out by AT&T, and it went away. So it's not around anymore, obviously. Okay, so next is everything IBM. This is what I mostly did. I worked for the the Vice President of Corporate Communications for 9 years in their team, which I have to say, they are the smartest, greatest people in the world. I miss them daily. IBM is, you don't think of them as incredible creatives because of just their persona, but you are totally wrong. They are the smartest people. They are more in love with design than any company I've ever worked with, and they worked us hard. This is the 9 years I spent 100-hour weeks, flying around the world, photo shoots, etc. This was the toughest client, but yet the greatest, just because of their strategy. They thought through everything, they overdid everything, they worked harder and made us work harder, and it was torture. I cried many nights just because I hadn't slept for 3 days. But yet, I give it all to them and to what I've learned, and why I can call myself a brand strategist is we not only had a brand strategy team at VSA, but they're complete strategists. And I was working with some top-notch people over there that I'm still friends with, and it's great. So every year I did their annual report. So I've done lots of them, and most of them are down here. This was a 6-month process or more with a team of 20 people to do an annual report. And it's because the front end was always a very stakeholder piece. It was a marketing piece for them. So the first 30, 40 pages was like it was advertising for them and to talk about what they're doing. This one was, I think it's the last one that I did before I moved out here. But I'll show you a couple of them, and then there's a bunch of them down here. Oh no, this is the last one I did before I moved out here. Very innovative. They always blew your mind when you talked to them. Great people. This is for their supply chain. There's a video we did. They just brought all the people that worked in there. I'm going to try to keep it simple because it's kind of technical, but they brought all the people that worked in their supply chain division of IBM every year to this big conference. And so we've done it, you'll see there's a couple years of it, and this is just the work we did for them. They went overboard, they had videos, and this is part of the video we did. We got to work with animators. That's a map that shows where all the supply chain IBMers are. This is their Global Innovation Outlook. I could go into total in-depth in all these projects, but we don't have time. This is kind of like the supply chain. They bring it's like a think tank that they would have. They bring guests in. The book we did, and I think that's down there too. Yeah, it's down there. And that's the logo. This is the IBM identity. This is their internal logo. So any employee, any new hire, they get this, I think it was, I haven't worked there for a while, but it was actually on a plaque. So this is kind of their mantra. Their mission statement was attached to this, and this is like their internal DNA, and it has all this meaning and what the colors mean, and I won't go into that. This is another company that I did the branding for. March 1st, they're not around anymore. This was a conglomeration of all the major web design .coms that were happening back then. So they all kind of combined. Did a ton of work for them. I've got some of this more stuff down here.